Hey everyone, it's the Injury Bloke here, bringing you simple solutions to your injuries, your niggles, your nags and all that stuff that stops us doing stuff that we want to do. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about shin splints. Hope you enjoy, guys. Right then, this is the fun bit, because there's actually more than one type of shin splints. There's actually three. But the one I'm going to talk about is periostitis. So this is where the shin bone actually becomes swollen and painful. There's the three types you can have. The least common one, and one that I've actually only ever seen once in 12, 13 years of running a clinic, is where you get microfractures to the shin bone. As I say, I've only seen that once. The more common types I see is where you get problems with the muscles themselves surrounding the shin, and also the shin bone becoming swollen, get this condition called periostitis. They're way more common that I've seen, and they're both treatable, but again, with you might be getting this gist of my videos, is that you need to have it assessed first, so you know which one you're dealing with. So if you're a Google addict, you'll see loads of things that cause this. You'll see loads of solutions for it. There'll be some very complicated solutions to it. I'm looking just to bring you the simple ones that I find work best, because usually the simple things work best. And it's usually simple things and simple reasons that have caused it in the first place. So most times for this, it is an overuse injury. It's doing too much, too soon, but it's also figuring out why it's too much, or what is too much for that particular person. So commonly what's happened for the clients that I've seen is, first and foremost, is the calves. The calves are to blame for a lot of things, and the calves being too tight, they'll change how much range of motion we have at the ankle, and that can be one of the reasons that we get shin splints. It can be that the person has taken up running, and that's not something that they've done before. Maybe wasn't very good at sport at school, and then they go running. Their biomechanics aren't great. The strength in the lower limbs and the robustness in the lower limbs isn't great, and therefore that's the reason that, that they've got an overuse. For the more advanced runner, so someone who might be running, let's say, a 10k half marathon kind of distance, and they've become well conditioned to that, but then start doing more mileage, start increasing to maybe 18 miles and even more, looking to do a marathon, then for that person, that's why it becomes an overuse injury, because suddenly they're doubling up on their mileage, and that's caused it to be an overuse injury. To get this thing under control, first and foremost, we go back to good old ice. It seems this will crop up in a lot of my videos, but we get ice packs onto those shin bones, 10-minute spells, as often as you can. What can also do from there is that the bones do require some rest, but that can be difficult because we've still got to walk places, we've still got to get to work. Some of us have got to be on our feet at work. So what a therapist can do is apply a specific shin splint strapping to help unload the bone, and I'll put a short clip or short video that strapping for you. My experience of this is you can go out and buy the best trainers in the world, but if your muscles aren't strong and you haven't spent the time to condition them and set up a progressive routine to build upon week by week, it doesn't matter how good those trainers are, it's not going to make a difference because the fundamentals aren't right. If you overpronate, the trainers aren't going to fully stop you overpronating. If your glutes are weak and your limb alignment is out of sync, trainers aren't going to correct that either. So the first thing is to look at your body. Fix the weaknesses in your body first. If that's not working completely, then you may need to get really expensive trainers. You might need to have orthotics fitted. There's lots of other things that you can do later on once you've got the fundamentals first. Once you've got the fundamentals done first. The mechanics for running need to be trained. We need to condition the body for that activity first, for most people, than just going out running. Running is one of the most stressful things that you will put your body through, and if you've got alignment issues or any sort of muscle weakness, tendon weakness, it will soon flare up with running. If you think about the number of times that your foot is striking that floor over a mile, you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of repetitions. So once you've got this under control, even before you're thinking about what's the best trainers I can buy, get the basics done first. Get an assessment on your lower limbs in particular. Make sure your calves aren't too tight. You might need to get some work and some stretching on those. Checking biomechanics, which is easily done through a sports therapist. The taping that's applied, quite often once I've applied that to a person, they actually feel, in many cases, they've got pain relief straight away. And for some of the people that have, for example, have raised a lot of money for charity and are determined to do an event because of the obligation they now have, I've been able to apply this strapping so they've been able to go and do the event with minimal discomfort. But that's not ideal, but that's something that you can also look at. So if you are someone that has dropped yourself in it and you've got to go do the event, if you can find somebody that can actually strap that up for you, it will help to minimise the after effects that you're going to suffer. So I hope you found this video useful, guys. Please do subscribe, like the video if you like it. If you dislike it, tell me why. That would be a help. Even more so if you in the comments let me know of any videos you'd like me to cover, any subjects you'd like me to cover. Remember, I'm trying to keep these things as simple and as jargon free as possible so that the everyday person can apply some of these methods and help to keep you motoring along. Okay, thanks again for watching. Take care.